The diner sat quietly beside the long highway. White lights glowed above red booths. The night outside felt calm and still. A biker pushed the door open and stepped inside. He was tall, broad shoulders, a worn leather vest that looked heavy with years. People looked up for a moment, then looked away. The biker chose a corner booth. He sat slowly, like someone carrying tired thoughts. The waitress noticed him right away. Her name was Lily. She had kind eyes and a gentle smile. She had learned to stay calm, even when her heart felt unsure. She walked over with a menu. "Lily, good evening. Welcome." The biker nodded. "Biker, coffee is fine. Thank you." His voice was low, not rough, just quiet. Lily placed the cup on the table. As she poured, her hand paused. Something felt wrong. She looked at the glass again, then at the counter behind her, then back at the biker. Her chest tightened. At the end of the counter sat a small boy, her son, Ethan, 7 years old, coloring carefully with broken crayons. Ethan looked up. He noticed his mother's face. He watched the glass. He watched her hands. Lily stepped back. She forced a smile. "Lily, I will be right back." She turned away, but her thoughts raced. She felt unsure, confused, overwhelmed by a quiet fear she could not explain. Ethan slid off the stool. He walked toward the booth. Small steps, careful steps. The biker noticed him and straightened. "Biker, hey there." Ethan looked at the glass, then at the biker's face. "Ethan, please do not drink that." The diner felt still. Lily froze mid-step. The biker did not laugh. He did not get upset. He gently pushed the cup away. "Biker, why do you say that?" Ethan swallowed. "Ethan, my mom looks scared. She only looks like that when something is wrong." The biker looked up at Lily. Their eyes met. She took a breath and walked over. "Lily, I am sorry. I did not know what to do." "Biker, you do not need to be sorry." He spoke calmly, with respect. "Biker, thank you for speaking up." Lily nodded, her hands shaking slightly. "Lily, I noticed something strange. I did not want to make a mistake." The biker nodded slowly. "Biker, you trusted your heart. That matters." He stood up slowly, not in anger, not in fear. He carried the cup to the counter. "Biker, may I get a fresh one, please?" "Lily, of course." She poured a new cup, her hands steadier now. The biker returned to the booth. Ethan sat across from him. "Biker, you were brave." Ethan smiled. "Ethan, I was just honest." The biker smiled back. For the first time that night, the diner felt warm again. Lily watched them from behind the counter. Something inside her changed. She realized that kindness could stop confusion, that calm could replace fear, that dignity could guide the moment. Outside, the highway stayed quiet. Inside, something important had already begun. The diner slowly returned to its quiet rhythm. Coffee cups clinked softly. The lights hummed above. The biker sat back down. He wrapped his hands around the warm mug. His shoulders relaxed. Lily stood behind the counter. She watched him carefully, not with fear, with curiosity. Ethan climbed back onto his stool. He kept glancing toward the booth. "Ethan, Mom, he looks kind." Lily smiled gently. "Lily, yes, he does." She walked over again. "Lily, my name is Lily." "Biker, Caleb." They shared a simple nod. "Lily, thank you for staying calm." "Caleb, thank you for listening to your son." There was a pause. Not awkward, thoughtful. Caleb looked around the diner. "Caleb, this place feels familiar." "Lily, it does not change much. Same booths, same lights, different people." Caleb nodded. "Caleb, sometimes places like this help people think." Lily leaned against the counter. "Lily, you look like someone who has done a lot of thinking." Caleb smiled faintly. "Caleb, I have spent many years moving, not always knowing why." Ethan slid off the stool again. He stood beside the booth. "Ethan, do you ride far?" "Caleb, sometimes. Sometimes I just ride to clear my head." "Ethan, I like quiet rides in the car." Caleb laughed softly. "Caleb, That makes sense. Lily watched them talk. She felt something shift inside her. A reminder that first impressions were not the full story. Lily, we do not get many visitors this late. Caleb, I did not plan to stop. I just felt tired. Lily nodded. Lily, I understand that feeling. She hesitated, then spoke. Lily, some days feel heavier than others. Caleb looked at her. Caleb, yes, but tonight feels different. Ethan tilted his head. Ethan, because we talked. Caleb smiled wider. Caleb, exactly. The diner door opened briefly. A cool breeze moved the curtains. Then it closed again. Lily poured another cup of coffee for Caleb. She placed a small plate of pie beside it. Lily, on the house. Caleb, thank you. That is very kind. Lily, sometimes kindness is simple. Caleb took a bite. He closed his eyes for a moment. Caleb, this reminds me of home. Lily, where is home? Caleb paused. Caleb, I am still figuring that out. Ethan climbed onto the booth seat. Ethan, home is where people listen. Caleb looked at him with surprise. Caleb, that is a wise thought. Ethan shrugged. Ethan, my mom says listening helps people feel safe. Lily felt her throat tighten. She took a slow breath. Lily, he teaches me too. Caleb leaned back. Caleb, maybe that is why I stopped here. Silence filled the booth again. Not heavy. Comfortable. Outside, the highway lights passed slowly. Inside, 3 people shared a moment that felt important. Caleb finished his coffee. Caleb, thank you for tonight. Lily, you are welcome. Ethan waved. Ethan, be careful on the road. Caleb nodded. Caleb, I will. As he stood, Lily noticed something new. Not strength, not toughness, peace. And she knew this night would stay with her for a long time. Caleb stepped outside into the cool night air. The diner lights glowed softly behind him. He paused near his bike, resting one hand on the seat. For a moment, he did not start the engine. Inside, Lily watched through the window. She wiped the counter slowly. Her thoughts stayed with the quiet conversation they had shared. Ethan stood beside her. Ethan, is he leaving now? Lily, yes, but some people leave differently than they arrive. Ethan looked curious. Ethan, how? Lily thought for a moment. Lily, with lighter hearts. Caleb glanced back at the diner. He remembered places where people only saw his jacket. Not his eyes, not his words. Tonight felt different. He walked back inside. Lily looked up, surprised. Lily, did you forget something? Caleb smiled. Caleb, no, I just wanted to say something before I go. He knelt slightly to Ethan's level. Caleb, you helped more than you know. Ethan shrugged. Ethan, I just told the truth. Caleb nodded. Caleb, that is more powerful than people think. Lily felt a quiet warmth spread through her chest. Lily, we are glad you stopped here. Caleb stood straight. Caleb, so am I. There was a short pause. Caleb, I travel a lot. I meet many people, but I do not always slow down enough to listen. Lily, sometimes slowing down is the hardest part. Caleb, yes, and sometimes it is the most important. Ethan climbed onto the booth again. Ethan, where will you go next? Caleb looked toward the door. Caleb, somewhere familiar. I think it is time. Lily sensed there was more behind his words, but she did not ask. Respect felt better than questions. Caleb reached into his pocket. He placed a folded bill on the counter. Lily, that is too much. Caleb, please, use it for something that helps. Lily hesitated, then nodded. Lily, thank you. Caleb smiled. Caleb, thank you for trusting your instincts and for raising someone brave. Ethan beamed. Ethan, I learned from my mom. Caleb gave a soft laugh. Caleb, that makes sense. He walked toward the door. Lily, Caleb. He turned. Lily, I hope the road is kind to you. Caleb, I think it will be. Feels different tonight. He stepped outside again. This time he started the engine. The sound was calm, steady, not rushed. As he rode away, Lily felt something settle inside her. A reminder that even brief moments could leave lasting marks. Ethan leaned against her side. Ethan, Mom, do you think he will be okay? Lily wrapped an arm around him. Lily, yes, I think he found what he needed. The diner returned to its quiet state. But the air felt changed. Lily cleaned the last table. She smiled to herself. Sometimes kindness arrives without warning. Sometimes it leaves behind growth. And sometimes, a single honest moment can guide someone toward a better path. Morning light filled the diner. Soft and gentle. It touched the tables and the quiet floor. Lily unlocked the door and stepped inside. Ethan followed close behind. He carried his small backpack. Ethan, do you think he is riding today? Lily smiled. Lily, maybe. Some people ride toward new thoughts. She tied her apron and turned on the lights. The diner felt calm, peaceful. As the day moved on, customers came and went. Truck drivers, travelers, quiet faces with their own stories. Lily noticed something had changed. She stood a little taller. She spoke with more confidence. During a quiet moment, Ethan colored at the counter again. Ethan, Mom, I want to help people when I grow up. Lily paused. Lily, you already do. Ethan looked surprised. Ethan, I do. Lily nodded. Lily, kind words help more than we think. Later that afternoon, a familiar sound passed outside. A steady engine. Not loud. Not rushed. Lily looked up. Caleb's bike slowed near the diner. He stopped. Ethan ran to the window. Ethan, Mom, it is him. Lily's heart skipped gently. The door opened. Caleb stepped inside. Same jacket. Same calm eyes. Caleb, hello again. Lily smiled. Lily, welcome back. Caleb looked around. Caleb, I could not stop thinking about last night. Lily, neither could we. Caleb sat at the booth. Caleb, I realized something on the road. Lily listened. Caleb, I have been moving for years, but I stopped listening to myself. Ethan climbed onto the seat. Ethan, did you find your home? Caleb smiled softly. Caleb, I think I am getting closer. Lily brought him coffee. Caleb, thank you. There was a quiet pause. Caleb, I want to do better. Not just ride away from things. Lily nodded. Lily, growth often starts with listening. Caleb looked thoughtful. Caleb, I plan to visit my sister. We have not talked in a long time. Lily, that sounds important. Caleb, it is. Ethan smiled. Ethan, she will be happy. Caleb, I hope so. Caleb finished his coffee and stood. Caleb, thank you for reminding me that kindness still exists. Lily, thank you for choosing it. Caleb turned to Ethan. Caleb, keep telling the truth. Ethan, I will. Caleb walked to the door. He paused and looked back. Caleb, some stops change the road ahead. Lily nodded. Lily, they do. The door closed gently. Ethan leaned against his mother. Ethan, Mom, I think he will be okay. Lily hugged him. Lily, I think so too. The diner filled with afternoon light. Simple moments continued. Lily felt proud. Not of a big moment, but of a small choice. She understood something new. Respect opens doors. Kindness changes direction. And even brief meetings can guide lasting growth. Outside, the road stretched forward. Inside, hope stayed behind. Weeks passed, but the memory of that night stayed alive. The diner followed its usual rhythm. Morning light, warm coffee, quiet conversations. Yet something felt different. Lily noticed it first in herself. She listened more closely. She spoke with calm confidence. Customers noticed too. They smiled more. They stayed longer. They shared stories. Ethan grew taller. Not just in height, in heart. One afternoon, he helped an elderly customer carry a tray. Ethan, here you go. I can help. The customer smiled. Customer, thank you. You are very thoughtful. Lily watched from behind the counter. Her eyes softened. That evening, a letter arrived. It was simple. No fancy words. Just honesty. Lily read it slowly. It was from Caleb. Ethan leaned closer. Ethan, what does it say? Lily smiled. Lily, he says he visited his sister. They talked. They listened. Ethan, that is good. Lily, yes, very good. She continued reading. Caleb wrote about slowing down, about choosing connection, about learning that strength could be gentle. He thanked Lily. He thanked Ethan. He wrote that the road no longer felt empty. Ethan hugged her waist. Ethan, we helped. Lily nodded. Lily, you reminded someone who they could be. The diner door opened. A group of travelers stepped in, laughing softly, looking tired but hopeful. Lily greeted them with warmth. Lily, welcome. Please sit anywhere. As she poured coffee, she felt proud. Not because of praise, but because of purpose. Later that night, Lily locked the door and turned off the lights. She and Ethan stood outside. Ethan, Mom, do you think small things really matter? Lily looked at the road. Lily, they matter the most. Ethan thought for a moment. Ethan, then I want to keep doing small good things. Lily smiled. Lily, that is how change begins. They walked to their car. The diner lights faded behind them, but the feeling remained. Miles away, Caleb rode steadily, not running, not escaping, moving forward. He thought about the diner, the calm voices, the brave child. He realized that growth did not come from loud moments, came from honest ones. Back at the diner, Lily placed the letter in a drawer, not to hide it, but to keep it close. She understood something new. People cross paths for reasons. Moments arrive quietly, and kindness leaves echoes. The road outside continued endlessly, but inside many hearts, direction had already changed. And it all began with listening. The seasons slowly changed around the diner. Warm days gave way to cooler mornings. The road stayed the same, but the people did not. Lily learned to greet each day with patience. She no longer rushed through moments. She paid attention. Ethan noticed it too. Ethan, Mom, you smile more now. Lily laughed softly. Lily, maybe I finally learned to slow down. One afternoon, the diner filled with sunlight. The windows glowed. The air felt calm. A man stepped inside. Not Caleb, but someone new. He looked unsure, tired, like someone searching for rest. Lily welcomed him kindly. Lily, please take a seat. Ethan watched quietly. The man sat at the counter. Man, thank you for being kind. I was not sure I belonged here. Lily paused. Lily, everyone belongs somewhere. The man smiled. Man, I needed to hear that. Ethan slid a napkin closer to him. Ethan, you can sit here. It is a good spot. The man nodded. Man, thank you. Lily saw the moment clearly. A small kindness, quiet change. Later that evening, Lily and Ethan cleaned the diner together. Ethan, Mom, do you think Caleb still thinks about us? Lily smiled. Lily, I think so. Some moments stay with us. Ethan, I hope he is happy. Lily, I believe he is choosing that. Outside, a familiar engine sound echoed briefly in the distance. Not close enough to see, but close enough to feel. Lily paused. She did not need to look. She knew. Ethan squeezed her hand. Ethan, that sounds peaceful. Lily nodded. Lily, it does. The diner closed for the night. Lights dimmed. Chairs stacked neatly. Lily stood at the door one last time. She thought about the road, the people who passed through, the quiet lessons they left behind. She understood something important. Growth does not shout. It whispers. It shows up in listening, in patience, in gentle choices. Ethan yawned. Ethan, Mom, tomorrow I want to help again. Lily knelt beside him. Lily, you already do. Every day. They stepped outside together. The sky stretched wide above them, full of stars, full of promise. The diner stood behind them, still, welcoming. Somewhere on the road, Caleb rode forward, not searching anymore, just moving with purpose. He remembered the diner, the waitress, the child, and he carried that reminder with him. That kindness can guide direction. That respect can heal misunderstandings. That small moments shape big paths. As the night settled, the world felt calmer. Not because everything was perfect, but because people were choosing better. And that was enough.